Hello and welcome to YTV. Yesterday, February 11th, 2017, President Peter Salovey announced to the Yale University community that Calhoun College will be renamed in honor of Grace Marie Hopper, who was a United States Navy Rear Admiral and pioneer in the field of computer science. The name change will officially take effect on July 1st, and will be the first time in Yale's history that a building will be renamed due to the legacy of its namesake. The renaming decision comes after decades of controversy, which began when Calhoun College was established in 1933. The effort to push for renaming the college was rekindled in June 2015 after the horrific and hateful shooting at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. This led to both discussion and protest regarding the Calhoun namesake, as well as changes on campus, such as the removal of 3 portraits of Calhoun that were once hanging in the residential college, and the renaming of Calhoun's dining hall in honor of Calhoun alumnus Roosevelt Thompson. In April of 2016, President Salovey announced that Calhoun College would not undergo a name change, and for the next 9 months, the decision saw opposition in many forms, including protest, petitions, and op-eds by both faculty and students. According to a university renaming committee report, alumni were more skeptical than other constituencies of the university regarding the prospect of renaming. These events led President Salovey to create a committee to establish principles on renaming in August 2016, which included faculty, staff, alumni, and students. He then created a task force of 3 advisors that ultimately recommended the Yale Corporation rename Calhoun College. The corporation affirmed the recommendation this past weekend. According to President Salovey, quote, "In considering the principles outlined in the report of the Committee to Establish Principles on Renaming, it became clear that Calhoun College presents an exceptionally strong case, perhaps uniquely strong, that allows it to overcome the powerful presumption against renaming articulated in the report. An important factor in this decision was examining the legacy of John C. Calhoun. Calhoun was a political theorist who was a leading architect of a constitutional theory that attributes greater powers to the states and served as vice president under John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson. However, many have argued that his legacy is largely dominated by his defense of slavery and contribution to a new, more extreme justification of slavery. In his email to the campus community, President Salovey said that, quote, "John C. Calhoun's legacy as a white supremacist and a national leader who passionately promoted slavery as a positive good fundamentally conflicts with Yale's mission and values." It is important to note that, for many, this decision not only represents the change of a name, but also a message about the process of decision-making, the power of productive discourse, and the role of the Yale community in influencing campus decisions. The discussion surrounding the name change has also raised important questions about other issues, such as the function of building names and how we address Yale's history. But now we take a closer look at Grace Marie Hopper. Hopper, who was born in 1906 in New York City, is a graduate of Vassar College and earned a master's degree from Yale in 1930 and a PhD from Yale in 1934. Hopper's legacy includes profound contribution to computer science as well as public service. After teaching mathematics at Vassar for over a decade, she joined the U.S. Naval Reserve in 1943. Hopper used her knowledge of mathematics and computer science to aid in the World War II and Cold War efforts. Perhaps most impressively, she programmed and wrote the user manual for Mark I, one of the earliest electromechanical computers. She later helped develop Mark II and Mark III. In 1946, Hopper left active service, and in 1949, she began her work in the private industry. She was head programmer for the team that developed the first computer language compiler, which laid the groundwork for computer scientists to write programs for multiple computers rather than individual machines. She also made meaningful contributions to making programming language universal and accessible. After retiring from the Navy in 1966 due to age restrictions, she recalled to active service 7 months later in order to help standardize the Navy's computer languages. Hopper retired as a Rear Admiral General 19 years later. She was the oldest serving officer in the U.S. Armed Forces at the time of her retirement. Among other awards and honors, Hopper has received more than 49 honorary degrees, the National Medal of Technology, and Yale's Wilbur Lucius Cross Medal. In 2016, Hopper was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the nation's highest civilian honor. In his email to the Yale community, President Salovey wrote that, quote, "Today, Hopper's primary legacy is all around us, embodied in the life-enhancing technology she knew would become commonplace," end quote. He also added that, with regards to name proposals for Calhoun and for the 2 new colleges, Hopper's name was mentioned by more individuals than any other name. Salovey concludes by calling the Calhoun issue complex. However, he maintains that this should not prevent us from finding common ground, and that our bonds as Yalees are greater than our opinions about a name or a building. According to Salovey, these bonds ensure that we will continue together the great work of improving the world today and for future generations through outstanding research and scholarship, education, preservation, and practice. This, he says, is our common ground. From everyone at YTV, this has been Neeraj Patel reporting. Thanks for watching.